I'm Karen Korona. What is self-empowerment? The word empowerment probably comes up for someone if they are feeling disempowered, if they're feeling stagnant in their lives, if they're feeling frustrated in their lives, if they're in a situation where they feel they can't do anything about it, victimized, confused, lost. Life tends to bring us these crossroads. And they're challenging, yes, but at the same time, they inspire us and they help us to move forward in life. We usually meet this crossroad when we're between something of the past and something of the new. And the past is our past identification, our past way of seeing things, a past way of feeling things, friendships that you've had in the past that used to work, but you've kind of outgrown those. So you're looking for, where do I go and what do I do at this crossroad? Something's happening in your workplace, considering what your career is, or should you have a new career, your money situation, your relationships, your health. That's a big one. Sometimes these challenges of empowerment come then when your health is telling you you have to make a change. So we know self-empowerment has to do with change. Human beings do not really like that very much. They would rather stay with the old. But when something has come up from deep inside of you or in your body, or some relationship or career that's not working, it's a reflection of the inside that something is wanting to expand. There's like a rebirth going on, a birthing of the new, but you're still in the old. And you're wondering, how do I take that step? That wonderment is really important. And that begins the process in your awareness to even consider, maybe I can do something differently. Maybe I'm changing a little bit inside, or I'm being pushed to making change. For instance, if you have something going on in your body, you have to. Or if you're in a relationship that is not working or is abusive in any way. The reality outside of us has everything to do with our reality within, our subconscious patterns, our karmic patterns, our ancestral patterns. Everything that's been passed down in our DNA is just sitting inside. And one day it just comes up. Not necessarily when we're younger and we're strong and we think we can conquer the world. I love watching my grandchildren doing this right now, and my kids, because I've gone through that stage. But I've also gone through empowerment and making changes. Something is already changing inside of you. And that means something needs to change and align differently and reset differently in your brain and your body to create a new reality outside of you. That's wonderful. This rebirth cycle, death of your old perceptions, your old way of doing things, all of that. Like the season. We love the summer, and then we even love the fall. And then we're in such shock, especially in Colorado, when winter comes. And we naturally go inward, looking within. And this is the time that we're really reviewing our lives. And then miraculously in the spring, the trees begin sprouting, the flowers, everything starts awakening again. That's the rebirth. The rebirth cannot happen without this inner death. And sometimes that's where people get lost. I've helped so many people over the years. They're lost, but not really. Because this innate intelligence in the body, in your emotional self, in your consciousness is within you. It's there. Maybe you're not in contact with it. Maybe you have avoided it. Maybe you have just focus on other things in life, right? Be successful, whatever that means, in your path, your own evolution, and in your development, what success really is and how to measure that. It's very different when you're on this path of empowerment, this path of self-mastery, this path of enlightenment. I love that word because it says in the light. The light is your inner nature. That's what you're coming back to. So this cycle of life and the challenge that you may be facing right now is only going to take you right back to you. That's the excitement. And with each step of the way, there is joy, there's expansion, there's happiness, there's vitality. Everything you desire to manifest will happen. as this divine source, as this innate source, this inner nature is activated and it starts taking off. We cultivate. We cultivate it with prayer. We cultivate it with feeding the soul, music, poetry, the arts, dance, all these things feed the soul. As far as spiritual practice, meditation, breathing, Kundalini yoga practices, activating that divine source, running it through the body and awakening your awareness, giving you that energy source that you need when all of this challenge is coming to you. You need energy to take you through it. You need that energy source to take you through the death cycle and to give you the energy to rebirth and blossom in who you really are and blossom in love, because this innate nature is love. And that's why we call it divine source. So it is an exciting path. And you may feel like, how do I cross that bridge? How do I empower myself? What do I do at this crossroad? How am I to heal my body? How am I to make change? You make change a step at a time with some good guidance and some great practices that will build that inner energy and help you to cross this path to your self-mastery and to celebrate it. That's the most important part. Wherever you are in your life right now, celebrate. Celebrate who you are. Love who you are. Know that each step that you make in this inner work, when you're challenged with something, and then you open the source within you, that's when the expansion happens. That's when this blossoming happens. And there's great joy. I am excited for you to cross the bridge and to find your self-empowerment, your self-mastery, and that joy that brings new freedom and liberation in your life. Namaste.